I use a Soto Windmaster gas stove with a Flex 4 mount to make coffee and heat up a meal when I'm out hiking. In order to keep my backpack weight down, I use a 100 gram Primus gas canister, which has a gross weight of 204 grams when full, making the weight of the canister itself just over the 100 grams. The 100 gram canister probably only lasts for about 5 or 6 day trips, depending on how many breaks I take. If you compare canister sizes and prices, in this case on the Alpkit website, which I think have them at a fair price, their Primus 450 gram canister is $6.99 and the 100 gram comes in at $3.99. So 350 grams more gas costs only £3 more, which is less than a new 100 gram canister. This suggests the best hiking combination is to carry a small canister and buy gas in a large canister. The Soto gas stove instructions explicitly state that it must be used with a 70% butane and 30% propane mixed gas cartridge. I did the usual Google and YouTube searches on transferring the relatively cheaper gas in a large canister to my lighter weight 100 gram canister, and I purchased a gas refill adapter from Amazon. The adapter simply allows two canisters to be linked by an on-off valve, such that the gas in both canisters will presumably seek to establish a pressure equilibrium, thus transferring gas to the empty canister. I have a couple of large Weber gas cartridges for an old barbecue I don't use anymore, which are both full. One of these has an as-new screw fitting, and the other has a screw fitting that went a bit rusty in the garage, but it would be good to recover the gas from it. So as this was my first attempt, it did seem rather prudent to use the better of the two Weber cartridges. From reading and watching a couple of other people doing this, it seems the best results are achieved if the donor cartridge is warm and the receiving cartridge is cold. It's also important to only fill the receiving cartridge to its maximum weight, which in my case is 204 grams. So here goes. I initially thought the adapter was faulty. I tightened it by hand on both canisters, opened the valve, and absolutely nothing happened. It turned out that it needed more pressure than I could apply by hand to open the canister valve. One spanner later, and on opening the valve I could hear the gas moving between the canisters. It took probably about 5 minutes in total to transfer more gas than I needed, and I had to release in excess of 6 grams using the adapter. Some thoughts. Do not try this at home, as they say. Do it outside or in a garage with all the doors open and a decent breeze, and definitely don't do it unless you are reasonably confident of this sort of operation. At one point I was distracted faffing with the camera and repeatedly weighing the canister as time went along, and I forgot to close the adapter valve before undoing the small canister, so gas just rushed out. It took a surprisingly long time for the gas to clear from the garage, even with that breeze. It's all good.